Dave is going pee. It's a paper straw. Code 45. It's a dynamite. We're going to get started in just a second. Dave had to go pee. And then I put a paper straw in his Coke. It's Luna Girl. Hello. Hello.
Video T?
Yep. Kelly's in the chat already.
All right.
We are live, by the way.
All right.
Oh, I guess I should get my timer set up.
Yeah, get the timer set up. I got our topic ready.
Oh, okay. So you have something specific in mind.
Yep.
All right. Move this. Move this. You still have ice in there, by the way.
Yeah. Told you I didn't need it.
I was looking out for you because
I know you were, and
you're a
appreciate
typical guy who's like, I don't need it. I'll be fine. Just take it. Just take it. All right.
it. Ready?
The OT starts now.
All right. Did you see that Jimmy Garoppolo has a commercial for Subway?
I did see that actually. I saw that in the gym like yesterday.
Yeah. So
And then I saw somebody in the cantina bring it up.
yeah. So what's your thoughts on Jimmy G right now?
I still don't want him on my team.
Right.
I am still ready for them to move on. The problem is with all these fucking quarterback moves that have been going on, like I don't know where the hell he ends up at this point.
No.
I'm really surprised too by some of these fucking moves. Like was it the Browns just traded for fucking
Deshaun Watson.
yeah, like with somebody with I guess he didn't get charged for any of these fucking sexual misconduct
No.
things.
Innocent until proven guilty.
But I would be like super hesitant to mortgage my entire future, 3 first-round draft fucking picks for this guy who very talented, very good quarterback, but clearly comes with a shitload of baggage. This is not going to end well, but it's typical Cleveland.
Yeah, it's Cleveland being Cleveland.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm not a. I mean, I don't think Baker Mayfield is that bad.
No.
That you would just fucking just basically shovel him under like you know what, Zook, and you're gone.
That team has shown little moments of greatness, and they fucking floundered it, and it's
Yeah, and I think honestly, I think Baker has done a lot for that community, for that football team. I think I don't know what else you could do for it. Like if it's just okay, you're just not talented enough. Okay, cool, but is Deshaun Watson the answer to that? And I don't know. We'll see.
well,
I mean,
he's gonna have to be at this point.
well, or not. They just fail and okay, give up your fucking running backs. They got 2 stud running backs on that fucking team.
Yeah.
Like give those guys up.
Well, and see that's the thing. Like they're not getting shit for draft picks anymore. Like it's their future is over. Like they basically they're in win now mode.
Yeah. Well, did you see that Matt Ryan went to he's with the Colts.
Oh, I
Matt
missed that.
Yeah, Matt Ryan went to the Colts.
That was one of the last spots where it looked like Jimmy G might end up.
Yeah.
I guess that's not happening.
Nope. So Matt Ryan goes from a dome team to another dome team. You talk about teams that are in fucking rebuild. The Falcons fucking blew it up.
Yeah.
Like imploded their fucking team. Like, all right, fuck it. We're building from the ground up.
yeah.
And you know, Matt Ryan, he's a local kid. I mean, he's from the Philly area.
Yep.
I think he's a good quarterback. I mean, he's getting to that point of his career where he's got maybe 1 or 2 good seasons left in him, I think. But you got a really talented Colts team that I think with that running back, like, and you got a guy who can see the field, I think, a lot better. The problem Carson Wentz had in Indy was I think he was set up for, okay, here's Frank Reich. Frank Reich is like, I want 2017 Carson Wentz.
Right.
Carson, be that guy that you were in 2017. And Carson was like, oh, okay, fuck. So he was trying to do so much to be that person as opposed to adjusting and becoming, okay, how can I be a better pocket passer?
Sure.
How can I change how I play the game? Instead, he tried to be something that he just physically could not be. And then, so what does he do? He turns into a game manager and gets traded for a fucking 3rd round draft pick.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I really like Carson Wentz, but it's really sad to see him go to a team like Washington, where
where I don't think he's gonna do well there either, and I don't think it's gonna be mostly his fault either. It's that whole organization is
and I blame the Eagles a lot for the downfall of Carson Wentz. I think they did him really, really dirty, and I think going to Frank Reich was going to be okay. If you're going to get Carson Wentz back to what he was, that's the place to do it.
Sure.
And for him not to get that magic back there, I don't know that he'll ever get back there. Not unless he makes some really dramatic changes to how he plays the game.
Yeah, no, he just needs to save his money for these next few seasons and enjoy the time you had.
Yeah, and look, he's made a considerable amount of money.
Yeah.
I mean, the Eagles gave him a sizable contract before they fucking bent him over and fucked him over the ass with Jalen Hurts. So
yep.
But yeah, Matt Ryan going to the Colts, I think that's I think for the Colts, that takes you that gives you, all right, I don't know how many wins they had last year, but that's going to get you 2 more wins.
Sure.
By putting an experienced quarterback in there in a dome, so he's comfortable with that environment.
Yeah.
Right? There's something to be said for being comfortable in particular environments. And from a fantasy perspective, right, as us as fantasy football players, air quote, you have to look at and account for that. Like if I take a guy who's a dome player and put him outside, like if I put Matt Ryan in fucking Denver, I don't expect him to do well because he's played so much of his time in a warm weather dome environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go and put him out in the cold. Yeah, he probably played a lot of games outside, but the reality is he's playing most of his games at home indoors.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get that. He goes to the Colts where he's going to have an opportunity under a good, like Frank Reich's, he's a good coach.
Mm.
So, and I'm assuming he's still, I say that out loud. I'm assuming Frank Reich is still in Indy.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything about him not being.
So yeah. Fast forward talking about, so you got Jimmy G that still needs to land somewhere.
Yep.
Now you got Baker Mayfield floating around out there.
Yeah.
Who I'd take him. As an Eagles fan, I'd take him.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that'd be a great move for you.
Yeah. I think, he's, I don't know. I right now, anything's better than, not anything is better than Jalen Hurts. Let me fucking caveat that. But with the draft coming up and not having good quarterback prospects, like it's going to get scary here quickly, where in a division where it's very, very attainable. The Cowboys are making dumb fucking decisions. Letting Amari Cooper go was absolutely asinine. I mean, I love it. I fucking love it.
Right, I'm in the same boat. Anytime Dallas fucks up, I'm there to celebrate.
Jerry Jones wants to do some fucking pull some all-timer shit and fucking sell off one of his better players. I don't know what he did in the locker room. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but just from a completely blatantly Eagles perspective, get rid of one of your best players. Yes, please. Keep doing that.
Oh yeah, no.
Just invest in your fucking running back who's not nearly as good as he was when he fucking came out the gate. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Please give him more money. Keep him there longer.
Yeah.
Keep your just slightly above average quarterback in the system. Absolutely.
And this is why I want Jerry Jones to live forever too, because what? Everything all right? I don't understand what's wrong.
Give me my fucking straw back, you ass.
Oh, it's on the floor over here. Do you still want it?
Fucking shit back.
I got more straws. If you. Oh, anyway, I hope Jerry Jones lives forever and continues to make these stupid fucking decisions and continues to wanting to run the team himself, because that's why they're so fucking terrible.
Can't even with you.
What? I don't understand. What's the matter? Everything okay?
You know, that paper straw, had it not been in my drink for 10 minutes,
Mhm.
it would have been rigid enough to just fucking put through your ear hole. But since it had been in a drink for 10 minutes, it was too soft.
Yeah,
So consider yourself lucky.
I feel lucky. So anyway, what else we got to talk about?
The kid at work, the Bengals fan at work,
Mhm.
he was talking all this shit about the Bengals picking up a bunch of fucking linemen, and we were immediately like just trashing this idea. I think the Bengals are. What I want to do right now. All right, first of all, I wanted to get your reaction on the Jimmy G thing. That was the biggest thing for today. But the other thing was, I want your way too soon Super Bowl predictions for
Ooh.
2023.
Whatever the next Super Bowl is.
Right.
Oh fuck. Well, first of all, the Rams gave a huge extension to Stafford.
Right.
I don't think the Rams are going back. They traded Robert Woods.
Mm.
He was a huge part of their success this year. I know because he was on my fantasy team, and I know that once he got injured, Stafford's numbers fucking tanked for
Right.
quite a while until they signed OBJ and he like got his shit together.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be. And shut the fuck up with your Lions shit. The Lions are never going to win a Super Bowl, ever, never. You talk about history of mismanagement. All right, so let me think.
The Lions can't ever be as bad mismanaged as the fucking Cowboys.
Yeah,
At least in the past 2 decades.
yeah.
I mean, I would take the Pepsi challenge on that. Fact is, that would be an interesting fucking exercise in like tail of the tape type numbers thing. Like, how many fucked up things has this franchise done versus this franchise, and then see who wins.
So anyway, getting back to your original question, AFC. I feel like I felt like the Bills have been like right fucking there for so long, and if they don't get there in the next couple of years, then I think they're going to lose this opportunity. So I'm going to say the Bills for the AFC. My initial instinct would be to say the 49ers, but I don't think year one of fucking Trey Lance is going to be that smooth of a transition. So I'm not going to pick the Niners.
It's a bold move thinking Trey Lance is your game one starter, but okay.
Oh, he definitely is. I guarantee you he's going to start game one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd make a board bet on that actually right
Okay.
now.
You got $1?
I got $2.
Oh, that's true. I got $1 here in my pocket.
All right, board bet. Trey Lance is the 49ers starting quarterback week 1.
Bet.
All
I'm
right.
sure it's only $1.
You
Seems
all
kind of thick for $1.
So smooth.
I don't even know if that made sense. But,
I don't
all
either.
right. We have a new board bet, folks. You saw it here first. Anyway, NFC, God. I don't think it's going to be Tampa. Sorry, Kristen, but Brady's eventually going to just like fucking break in half and just die on the field soon if he keeps playing. I don't think it's going to be anybody from the NFC East. Sorry. They're a trash division. I don't think it's going to be Green Bay. They fucking, they re-signed Rodgers for all the money, but he's going to have no weapons at this point.
Yeah, Devontae Adams leaving.
Yeah,
is big.
Yeah, they got rid of Devontae Adams. Like, are you fucking high? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know who would go for the NFC right now. Maybe the Cardinals. Maybe they'll get their shit together.
I can't see the Cardinals pulling their shit together, honestly.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe it will be the Rams again. I can't think of another quality team in the fucking NFC right now.
Yeah, the NFC is hurting.
Yeah.
Like, I struggle with who's going to go in the NFC as well. Which, it's one of those things where, fuck, you look at the Eagles this past year, they were able to make it to the playoffs with their very underwhelming team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's been some really good additions and there's been some really good pickups that, especially on defense, that is going to make the Eagles a much more viable candidate than, like, I think the Eagles can win the East.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
they just got to beat Dallas. You got to beat Dallas and you'll win the East.
And I think if we win the East and get favorable playoff matchups, I think that, you can ride that. But even with Jalen Hurts as the quarterback,
Mhm.
Now, how long does that go? I don't know. It's really tough to say because the Rams are still a really good football team. If you have Stafford and you have Cooper Kupp, you can't count them out of anything.
No.
And I think that's part of the dynamic. I think you have the same coaching that's taken them to how many Super Bowls out of the past 4?
2.
Two of the past 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You've had this one coach in, and that's not named Bill Belichick,
Right.
right? So I think you're going to see the Rams, and I think you're going to see the Bills.
Okay. That's exactly what I was going to say. So yeah, that seems good. And never write off the Chiefs. Chiefs are always fucking right there.
Yeah.
For as long as Andy Reid and fucking what's his nuts are on that team, then
yeah,
they're always going to be in
but
contention.
I think those days are kind of sliding by. I think the teams. I think New England is going to be a stronger team this coming season than
they're
the
on the way
Chiefs.
up. Yeah.
I think there's a. I hate to give fucking Belichick any credit for it, but I think there's a lot of talent on that New England team, and I think they're the ones that are going to give the Bills a run for their money as far as the playoffs go.
All right.
Again, way too early.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't even had the draft yet.
Nope.
But it's fucking football, so we might as well make some fucking stupid prediction early and put it out.
And
on
who knows?
on
If
the
we're
wire.
right, we can point back to this video and say, look, we said it,
Yes,
March 21st.
that's
we
right.
said it. So that is it, and that is the end of the OT. Boop.
Very good.
Thank you, everybody. That was good. I guess we're going into the after show if Kristen even comes in. Like, she didn't come in last week, so
Yeah.
we can kind of start packing things up though and having after show discussions.
After the after show,
Yeah,
the post show,
the post show.
Wayne's World, party time. It's excellent.
I'm glad I did get to use all 4 of the new sounds today.
Well, I mean, at some point, even if you don't, you just got to mash all the fucking buttons.
Yeah.
I'm 37?
That's good. I'm gonna do that one more time.
Well, do it live. I'm 37? Do it live.
That's gonna have to be how we start every show now. Just mash the fucking thing. I killed Dave.
That was good. That was the funniest thing I've heard all night.
Funnier than Boat Trip?
Christ. I could shit my pants and it'd be funnier than Boat Trip.
Yeah.
Fucking tripe-ass movie.
Let's see if it works with just the 4 on this page.
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
In a row? Oh, God. Oh, it's good.
We're here to humor ourselves and bring anybody else along for the ride.
She's not going to come in. She's eating cereal.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, God. I can't believe how bad my shoulder still hurts. It's so ridiculous.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah,
Won't you come on in?
You know what's interesting about it's always my left side.
Built with you in mind. Sorry.
It's always my left side.
Yeah.
That thing you did is the equivalent of Steve Carell and fucking Bruce Almighty. that to me that's the equivalent. It's the random
Yeah. But it was funny. Because you can kind of make out stuff, and then and then it just ends with ack, after all that jarble.
37 in a row.
Yeah.
No, talking about March Madness, the fact that Villanova is somehow playing. They played Ohio State and then are playing Michigan in the next round, which that's my bracket too. Like I picked Villanova to beat Ohio State, and I picked Michigan to win because they were underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a little bit about basketball. I know things, but Michigan's not going to beat Villanova.
Yeah.
That's an easy bet. I have Villanova winning the whole thing. So,
Of course you do.
look, you know me.
I know nothing about them,
But you know me, and you know that I'm not usually like a homer with shit like that.
right, like the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. Woo!
Yeah, I'm not that guy. I like to consider myself a well-educated fan for most things and try and keep my homer perspective out of it.
Sure.
For Villanova basketball, they're peaking at a really good time, and it's a very well coached, fundamentally sound team, and they have the best fucking free throw percentage in the country, right? They're playing a team they were playing Ohio State, which these fuckheads, right? This is how bad Ohio State is. Fuck Ohio State, first of all. I know I can get an amen out of the peanut gallery for this one, right? But they had this kid on the bench, right? Where Ohio State would make a fucking 3-pointer or something like, and the kid's over there like doing this like sniper rifle thing. Like he's like, oh, look at that. Like
Just like some fan in the stands.
no, this is one of the fucking players from Ohio State. And it's just like basically talking shit.
Right.
And they never led that game. Ever. They made a decent run. They made like a 25-5 run at some point. There you go. I got an amen in the chat. They made a nice little run to come back, but Villanova never was behind in that game. And somehow this fucking asshat on the fucking Buckeyes wants to act like this. So then when Villanova starts like, oh, okay, we're going to make this shot, and then we're going to steal, and we're going to make this shot, and you're going to fucking clang against the rim with this one and clang against the other one. Like, what? Now, the next shot of the same dude. I love the camera work because they show the same kid sitting on the bench. Right? Like, fuck you, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right? There's talking shit, and then there's like being a fucking jerk off, and you are a fucking jerk off. White kid riding the fucking pine at Ohio State.
Yeah. Well, I love when, like, the only analogy I have is like in the NFL, a team is down like 28-0, and then the losing team finally scores a touchdown. The guy like fucking spikes the ball and he's dancing,
celebrating and shit.
And
like,
it's like, dude, you're down 3 touchdowns still after scoring that.
yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
But at least you scored.
Yeah.
Good job. Way to be a part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the other thing too, and I meant to talk about this during the show, but I think it might be a little too pointy.
So smooth.
Speaking of, I'm really I'm upset with the NCAA with swimming right now with this stuff. As a swimmer, like it bothers me. It really does. And I'm not one of those, like, talking to the masses of 3 here, but I'm not one of those people who like doesn't want to give those, transgender and, people that are going through that. I want them to have their opportunities and I want them to do their things. But for the female athlete, especially in Division I sports and for the Olympics and things like that, there has to be a dividing line. There has to be. Because, I mean, I think one of the best pictures I've seen this year, to sum that up, is that you have the one individual swimmer who won, standing on a podium by herself, and then the other two, the second and third place, kind of celebrating together, even though they're on different teams. They're celebrating together to show their unity. Unity.
Unity.
And again, as I think, because this is my sport, the one thing that I was good at was swimming, and I know from a competitive level how it's not fair. It's not.
No.
It really isn't. And there's never going to be a point where you can say like, well, the best woman athlete in that division, like mechanically, like is not going to be able to attain the same level,
Right. And
because of their just their physical ability.
And that's the thing. Like, most people would agree. I agree that people should be able to live their lives the way they want. If this is the life and the person that this individual wants to be, rock on. This is America. You're fucking free to do that. but there has to be a little bit of common sense when it comes to these particular situations.
Yeah. And
And that's the thing. Like they're putting feelings and emotions over science.
yeah, and there's a fine line, and there's a fine line somewhere, and I think I'm too emotionally involved in it to have a reasonable argument about it, to be
Right.
honest, because
Well, everybody is. Everybody's too emotionally invested in this type of a thing to have a reasonable argument about it.
I mean, that's probably fair, but I think for me in particular, as somebody who's participated competitively in this sport at a reasonably at a decent level, not at that level, but at a I've seen it. I've seen the competitive. I've seen what the competition levels are between uh, male and female, and seen what the records and differences in times and shit like that. And there's a ton of girls that fucking swim me out of the water, hands down, no problem. But I was here I'm in heat fucking 4, right? Whereas out of 20 heats, right? So
Right.
and in heat 19 and 20 are the record holders, right? So I'm down here competing with people in my same bracket, and I don't know. It just bothers me, and
I mean, there needs to be some sort of
I don't know, but it's so fucking squishy, right? It's like how I can see another side of the argument, which says like, oh, okay, here's this individual that's like struggled to find their identity and everything else, and you're basically telling them that they can't participate in the sport,
right.
and it's like, do you say yes, we're comfortable with that because of this, because they're better? I want to say yes, but that again, that's me saying like yes, obviously, because like if you, I just I don't know. I don't know why I brought it up, but
Nah,
like
I mean-
I saw the picture this past week of that, and I thought it was very very telling. And I don't know where I don't know where to draw that line. Oh, I know where I would draw the line, but I don't know if that's the right answer.
Yeah, and there's no easy way to get to a good resolution. That's for sure. So,
No.
and really, everybody's emotionally invested in it for one reason or the other. At the end of the day, people should be able to be whoever they want to be or whoever they feel like they are. But you got to have some sympathy for the people who were,
I will say this: if what I don't want to have is what I'd hate to see happen is you have like especially a young girl who's looking at swimming as a potential like, hey, this is somebody who's been swimming competitively. They've been good at it. They've had a modicum of success, and they're looking at scholarships, things like that, and thinking like, okay, I might be able to do something with this. And now looking up and seeing if I have to compete against that, I'm never going to have that success. If I have to compete against her, I'm never going to have the level of success that's going to get me to nationals and other stuff. And that's going to discourage them from doing the sport that they want to do. And what I would push towards coaches and everybody else, it says, then go out there and still do it, because you never know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Just go out there and you do it, and if you enjoy it, and you're going to be competitive, and you're going to find your way and find your rhythm, then you're going to do it. And if it ever comes up to get to that level, and it's between you and another woman, and this argument comes into question, well, at least you're there for that argument, I guess.
yeah.
To see it. Don brings up, what if a woman that wants to compete as a man, just for argument's sake? I mean, you have to draw lines. I just think you do.
Yeah.
If we're in sport, the nature of sport is competition. It's not about equality. The nature of sport is to have a winner and a loser, right? if I wanted to have winners and at all cost to have winners,
Mm-hmm.
then that's what sport is. It's there for entertainment, but at the same time there's competition and everything else. It's not having it just for the sake of having it. That's called recreation.
Right.
That's not sport. That's not competitive.
Mhm.
When I talk about swimming competitively, that is far and away different than going to your neighborhood pool and going for a fucking swim. You know,
Sure.
when you're swimming competitively, you're swimming in meets. You're rated in heats, and your times are measured and recorded, and there's all these things to go into it. Then that record goes with you so that you can be measured and handicapped in different heats against other competitive swimmers.
Yep.
Speaking again for something that I have some subject matter expertise in.
And something else to add to the flame with Don's comment is those types of women that would compete as men are probably taking testosterone, which is, I think, illegal for most competitive sports to take, like,
Yeah.
testosterone supplements. So they wouldn't be allowed to anyway.
Or give everybody testosterone. Make
Ooh.
super athletes.
There you
and
go.
then let's really like make this sport. Let everybody take whatever the fuck they want. Make superhumans. Doesn't matter what gender they are. Once they're superhumans, who the fuck cares? And then we're gonna see some shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna see fucking dudes get ripped to pieces out there. Some
And that's really
gladiator
what we
shit.
want.
Yeah,
you know,
that's. I mean, to be honest.
And our most primal instincts. That's what we want. We just
Yeah.
want to see people in an arena just fucking killing each other.
Right. That's why we watch football.
Yeah.
Even basketball. Yeah, that's like, what are we watching? We're watching this competition. We want to see somebody win.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes it hurts to lose, you have to lose to appreciate winning.
Indeed.
You know? But anyway,
All right. Well,
That's
that was
enough
very,
of that.
That was very profound. So I guess that's a great way to end this conversation.
yes.
And we'll do one last button mash.
I'm doing
Jedi tax.
And that being the case, we're going to get out of here. So thanks, everybody, for sticking around this long.
Bye,
and
Don.
We'll see you next week.